Hey, people, I feel like talking. It's Saturday. A lot of, you know, ooh, I better turn this off. Hey, this is pretty cool, actually. Let me just start here. It's Saturday, the 16th of March. Cheers. That music you heard there, I was listening to it online. That's the new Sean Ono Lennon album. Um, Man, I like it. It's pretty spacey and jazzy. It's on John Zorn's Zadok label, which I think is also pretty cool. Asterisms. This is an example of a record that a new album that's coming out or is out now that will not, no one's going to order it in Omaha. So I don't know if or when I'll get a copy of it. I like what I heard on that one track there. I have some of Sean's other work, Ghost of a Saber-Toothed Tiger. I don't like the sound of his voice. It's awful nasally. But as a person, I like Sean Lennon. I've met him, and he has a copy of my album Flyover. And since I met him, I've had contact with him through social media. So I know he kept the record and actually listened to it. What got me to get on this morning was I just come back from the post office. Thank you, folks, for your purchases. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, everyone. And just for example, yes, enjoy the music digitally. I got a digital sale this morning for the Muse. Um, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but let me see if I can show it. Let me get this out of the way. Your share. So thank you. I just wanted to point out how digital sales for most artists amount to very little. Please get the music whenever you want, just so you know the truth of the matter. Physical sales is where we artists make anything at all. Digital, you have to be getting a lot of downloads, and I don't get a lot of downloads. So, in the last download that I actually got any money for, I got 56 cents for the download. Just for your information, okay? Please get the music, download, physical, whatever. Just want you to know. So, what got me to get on this morning is when I went to the post office this morning, I ran into my ex fiancee. Hadn't seen her in years. It was wonderful. It was really good to see her. Gave each other several really big hugs. Got caught up rather quickly. I feel good. You know, I like to share that because I think that so many people are in doubt about their lives, about themselves. And I have been in the past, but I'm not. My encounters with the world, with people, let me know that I'm on my path. I'm on the right path, being honest. It was really good to see her. I'm not going to say her name. Chances are she will see this. Maybe her husband will see it. Her husband is a good friend of mine. I feel good about that. And I was in line after her. So after she left, both of the clerks or whatever you call them, the counter people at the post office are familiar with me. So I shared with them, that's my ex-fiance, and everyone just erupted. Wow, you never know. And then all these stories come out from them. One lady's been divorced for 17 years. A man who was in line, who I've never seen before, shared that he and his wife are going on 56 years of marriage. And everyone just went, wow, that's pretty awesome. It was a wonderful moment. I was sharing with the people that I'm glad that I'm still friends with this woman. We definitely should not have gotten married, and I'm glad that we didn't. And It was just a wonderful moment. I just thought I'd share it. Um, yeah, it was also telling that after I asked about her and got caught up with what she's doing, she stopped herself when she almost asked me, "What am I up to?" And she stopped herself, and and that's kind of why we're not together, because she really doesn't care. She stopped herself. She knows if she asks me what I'm up to, there's a whole lot I can tell her, but she's not interested. Does that hurt or does that bother me? No. See, that's why I keep saying why we need to be more grounded about ourselves and about relationships and about people and human behavior. We do what we do because of our own agenda, no one else's, ever. When people tell me, I found someone who will take care of me and watch over me, good, that's your illusion. I don't have that mindset because I know it's not true. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share. Blind pull this morning before I went to the post office. Cocteau Twins, Lullabies. It wasn't that long ago that I played this by choice. Went ahead and played both sides. It's a 12-inch single. This early stuff is awesome. And the things that Robin was doing with his guitar and pedals was new. It paved the way for a whole new sound. And Elizabeth Fraser's voice, it's angelic. She didn't need to sing English. So check it out. I don't know why I'm saying check it out. I'm in a good mood. That felt good. That spontaneous, out of the blue run into my ex-fiance. Like I say, generally, when I run into people out of the blue from my past, it's always good. That's another thing. I'll show this in a second. I have taken the opportunities when I can to consciously apologize and atone for stuff that I know in the past where I was wrong or I was being selfish or inconsiderate. There's a lot of power in forgiveness. So I'm clear in my mind with the people in my life. If someone were to come up out of the blue from the past with an issue, it would be a surprise, but it would be like, oh, well, let's deal with that. Okay. It's a good feeling. It is, folks, to be clear. Clear. I'm clear with my heart. I pulled this yesterday because it's one of those records I bought because it was coming out, played it a couple times, and I filed it. And it's like, that's not what these records are for. These records are to be played. Genesis BBC broadcast. A side that has two sides of Peter Gabriel and then two with Phil. I noticed the EQ. I had to bump up the EQ, the bottom end on the early recordings from BBC. But good performances. I had mentioned Laurel Halo recently, and I looked her up, and her new album is on GRM. They won't be getting that in Omaha. I was like, wow, I need to look this up. I'm at GRM. So I had some fun listening to her last night. I played all three of these. Laurel Halo, Dust. I prefer, as with almost most people, I prefer when it's just the music. She does some singing. Don't particularly care for the singing, but you already know that. I don't particularly. My focus is not on the words; it's on the total picture. And then I played this. This is found this used. It's kind of beat up. Interesting graphics, but again, sonically very interesting. What's the name of this album? hard to tell. It's Laurel Halo, though. Excuse me. This I bought used, and this obviously belonged to a DJ. It has DJ wear. You DJs who actually spin know what I'm talking about. And then I played this I love this cover by Laurel Halo. What's the name of this one? Man, it's Chance of Rain. I was also impressed when I found out that Ryuichi Sakamoto had some of her music played at his funeral. Besides mostly classical music, that impressed me. But this is some good stuff. Unlike that record I showed yesterday on the Orange Milk label, Miami, that's how you say their name. That one, a lot of it sounds random. This is well-constructed electronics. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. So it's a Saturday. I have no plans. Tomorrow is a record show. I do plan to go. Not the usual one that happens in the spring. This is a newer one that has been going on, and I'm just now catching up to it. I went to the last one, and I found several things I was happy with, so I'm looking forward. Last thing to share, I think today, well, I'll go ahead and share. You know, when I bought this, I kind of had a suspicion that I would be less than knocked out by this, and this is all right. VJ Iyer, Uneasy. My beef, and I do have a beef, is with the drums. I'm a drummer. I know how to play the drums, and so Tashawn Sorey is a good drummer. The way the drums are tuned on here kind of bugged me. And yeah, I listen to that much. And it's like the first side, Children of Plint, Combat Breathing, that's what's going on. And as it goes on, it kind of gets lazy to my ears. It's kind of like, well, we got the date, so let's do it. But not much inspiration. I had a suspicion about this because I almost bought it when it first came out. I'm not sorry I bought it, but it's like, I'll have to play this again to see if there's another aspect to what's going on here that I missed that makes me feel like, oh, this is just okay. It's probably more than okay, but that's my first review of it. I put on a little bit of this Residence that I told you about, and I won't be playing this. This is for the collection. This is their early live performances documented. So it's really silly, and by now, in hindsight, it's like when they first started, it was novel and it was unusual, and it was like, what are they doing? Now you see a lot of what's going on, which is just, in humor, stuff that they find humorous, and then the fact that they were talking about American life, but subjects that are a little touchy. You know what I'm saying? On the other hand, play this again. This is fantastic. Even with all of Michael Caroli's mistakes on guitar. See, I don't think that this could have been, I don't think Can could have been what they are if they'd had a good guitarist. Michael Caroli's playing is described as spidery, mainly because you can hear him exploring and finding his way on a lot of the jams. He's not like an accomplished guitarist who always knows for sure where to put his finger to get the right notes. So there's fluffed notes, and there's passages where it's like he's lost until he gets back on track. But that's kind of thrilling to hear, because this is all so raw and new, what they were doing at the time, back in 1973, the year I was graduated from high school. Damo Suzuki demonstrates here why he's a legend, because the way that he slides in and out of the music, it's like there's no structure. He comes in when it's time, when he comes in, and he goes out when he goes out, and it's like almost every time he does it, it elevates what's happening musically. It's amazing. It's fantastic. Okay, so there we have it. Hope you have a good weekend. And I'm going to keep encouraging sales because you guys are telling me. I'm glad I'm at the point where it's like I'm getting feedback from you. It's not just me trying to get you to listen to this, say, hey, this is good. I know it's good. I made it. It's good. You're telling me now how good this music is. Get your copies today.